Hi everyone, it's Diane Evans with stampinwithdiane.com. Welcome to day 9 of the 12 Days of Creativity. This is where and hopefully you are enjoying the global share. I am using Stay Warm, and I'm just going to head on down to my desktop here right away. So I am using Stay Warm, using also the Delicate Pines just for the sentiment, because there's no sentiments in this one. Just want to make a word or just talk about this one. This one is a reversible stamp set. I'm not using it as a reversible stamp set, but you will see how I bring this together. So this is the card that we're making. All the measurements for metric and for the imperial will be in the description, but also in the PDF that we are giving to you. All right, again, I'm using my pink and gray. I love this color combination, and I always make some for around Christmas, that's for sure. All right, so here's all my stuff, and we are using the new Vellum, which I'm quite excited about. All right, so we have our Pretty in Pink. It's regular half of card base. And we're just coming in and we're just gonna score that really good along the score line. Now, I wanted, like I say, I wanted to have something that was just like a winter wishes sort of type card. So I have this piece of base or Smoky Slate, and this piece here of Smoky Slate as well. So we're going to go down first, and I am going to use, because I'm a big embosser as well, I'm going to use my embossing buddy, and I'm coming in with my Versamark, and I'm using the sentiment from Delicate Pines, warmest winter wishes. And then we're going to go, and let's just stamp this off to this one side, because we're going to put something right over here. All right, so we have that. Now, I'm going to be doing that in white embossing powder, so let me just grab that white embossing powder, and we'll heat set this all together. But I just want to make sure that I have it, that it doesn't basically doesn't get dries up. All right, then we also have our Pretty in Pink, and I am going to stamp this one, the toque. And I know you in the States you don't call this a toque, and in Australia you don't call this a toque, but in Canada we call this a toque. I'm sorry, I have no idea what it's called anywhere else. But the toque is the French. It comes from the French. All right, so I'm just going to stamp this in Versamark. And also the toque and the 2 mittens. Like so. And then I'm going to come in with my white embossing powder on this as well. I just love doing white. I love doing embossing. I think it's something, it's one of the first things that attracted me to stamping, and it still makes me happy. Okay, so let's just flick that. Okay, now we're going to bring in our heat tool, and just going to heat it up, put it on the higher level. Oops. Just let me just grab this for a second. There we go. So we'll just heat set this one. Don't go back and forth, just go along on it. And you also don't want to overcook it as well. But it goes quite quickly. There we go. And then this goes onto the front of the card. Now we have to fussy cut this. Remember, when you do fussy cut, that what you want to do is you want to make sure that you leave an edge around here. I don't cut directly into it. And by doing that, you're making it go, it's just, it looks like it's been die cut, and there's no dies to this particular one. So if you want this to be individual, you do need to fussy cut. Or just put it directly right onto your piece of paper. And then just on this side as well. And we'll do the toque. And I always find the easiest way to fussy cut is to move the paper. Don't move the scissors, move the paper. So we have that. And then what I'm going to do with the mittens, I didn't get them quite as close as what I normally did or I've done in the past. So I'm just going to actually cut them in one swoop. And once this is done, we're basically just ready to put it together. Just like so. Okay, so then we have that. We also, okay, so let's go back to doing the front of this card. We're going to take our bigger piece of the Smoky Slate, and let's go ahead and put that onto the front of the card up at the top. That's just going to go here. And then we have this one here, and I apologize for my dog. I am the only one here, so I can't stop her, or else we'll get a little annoyed at me yelling. Anyways, I took a piece of the vellum and I ran it through with the glass from the Glass and Garden embossing folder. Now I know that this part's going to be covered up, so I'm just going to take my seal and I'm just going to put here. This is a piece of Designer Series paper. I ran out of the Smoky Slate of this Designer Series paper, so I used the basic gray, just like so. And then we're going to come in with dimensionals. And let's go ahead and put our sweater on. That's a bit of overkill. We're going to put it onto our mittens. And onto our toque. and here. All right, so let's just take our Take Your Pick tool. And trust me, if I had locked her upstairs, it would have been a lot worse, the noise. So we're just going to put this here. We're just going to put this right, the toque over here. Just like this. And then these mittens are going to go right here. And just go right like so. Now, as far as what could be put on the inside, I'm just going to take actually these mittens, and I'm going to take my Pretty in Pink, and I have the extra piece of basic white, and I'm just going to come in and just put this right down on the bottom here. So let's go ahead and put that on there. Like I say, I apologize about my dog. But when you're recording and nobody else is here, it's a little difficult. All right. And then I decided to embellish this with the neutral gems or dots. They're called the neutral matte dots, and I'm going to use the white. So I'm just going to come in with my Take Your Pick. Let's put one there. And let's just put one right up here. Okay, there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. This one you can see with the Smoky Slate. That one's with the basic gray. It's from the same pack there. All right, so I hope you enjoyed the rest of the 12 Days of Creativity. Take care. Bye for now.